Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the greatest, well, second greatest show on earth. Boys and girls, I'm so happy. It's my favorite time of the day. It's morning time. Morning time, sun is rising, morning time. Good morning, Lucy. Morning time, birds are singing, morning time. Good morning, early bird. Bok bok. Morning time, count your blessings, morning time. Good morning, Giuseppe. Morning time, bells are ringing, morning time. Good morning, Penelope. Morning time, how I love the morning time. Hi, boys and girls. My name is Calliope, and someday I'm going to join my Papa the Ringmaster's traveling circus.
Oh, hello, boys and girls. You know, I was just thinking, the Crumbsnatcher's birthday is coming up very soon, and I was wondering what to do for him, but then I had an idea. Hello, this is Calliope. Could you get me Flash with the Calico Valley News, please?
Flash Brightly, Star Reporter here.
Hello, Flash. This is Calliope at the circus's winter headquarters.
Well, hi there, Calliope. It's been a while since I've talked to you. How have you been?
Just fine, Flash. I hope you're doing well, too.
I sure am. What may I do for you today?
The Crumbsnatcher is having a birthday very soon, and I was wondering if you could do a story about him in your newspaper.
The Crumbsnatcher? Oh, yes, the yellow fellow with the funny accent. Sure, a nice story about his birthday would be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. When can you come by and talk to us about it?
I'm free all morning, Calliope. I'll head right over there and we can get the story going. One question, though.
What's that?
Does the Crumbsnatcher know that you're doing this? Or is it going to be a surprise for him?
I think we'll make it a surprise, Flash.
All right, then. I'll make sure I talk to everybody except the Crumbsnatcher then.
And I'll keep him occupied after you get here. See you in a little while, Flash.
See you soon. Bye, Calliope.
Bye, Flash. Oh, boys and girls, this is going to be such a great surprise. And we'll be back with more after these messages.
Boys and girls, Calliope will be right back after these messages.
Welcome back, boys and girls. So, Flash, what kind of story do you think you should do about the Crumbsnatcher?
Well, let's see. I was thinking we could find out how the Crumbsnatcher came to be at your caravan, and then I could talk to some of his friends here.
Oh, that'll be a great story, Flash.
So, tell me, how did you and the Crumbsnatcher first meet, anyway?
Well, it was something like this.
One morning, Giuseppe noticed that some crumbs he'd left out for the emus had been taken. He was sure someone had come into the backyard and gotten the crumbs before the emus could get them.
And that was the Crumbsnatcher, right?
We didn't know that, of course. I asked Giuseppe if he had any idea who had been taking the crumbs, and he said he didn't know.
So what did you do?
Giuseppe got the idea of setting up a camera the next time he put out crumbs for the emus. But when he got the picture the next morning, all he saw was a yellow blur.
I didn't know the Crumbsnatcher could move that fast.
Neither did I, and the story got even more interesting when Happy Monkey told me that some crumbs he'd left out were missing too.
I'll bet he had a really bad joke to go along with that.
Oh, Flash, his jokes are pretty good.
Go on with the Crumbsnatcher story, Calliope.
Anyway, Giuseppe and I talked about the missing crumbs, and we both knew that the emus weren't getting them. So Giuseppe came up with a plan to catch whoever was taking the crumbs.
What was his plan?
We had to make sure that nobody we knew was taking the crumbs, so we asked around. Even Daisy at the dairy said some crumbs were missing, but it couldn't have been a cow. They don't move that fast. Then Giuseppe told me his plan, how he set up a trap with some of the leftover crumbs, and how he caught whatever it was that was taking them.
This is exciting. What happened next?
Giuseppe had set his trap carefully so that he didn't harm whoever was taking the crumbs. And just that time, the mayor of Calico Valley called. He said he was missing some crumbs too.
Boy, I wish I'd have been working for the Calico Valley News then. I would have had that story on the front page.
The mayor said he was coming over to see who was stealing the crumbs, so we waited until he got there. Then the mayor was there and we found out who was in the bag.
And it was the Crumbsnatcher, right?
That's right. And as soon as we got him out of the bag, he let us know that he was new in Calico Valley, and he was just trying to find some crumbs to bring back to his family.
That's such a touching story.
It was really interesting to find out that I was the only one who could understand what he was saying. Nobody else could figure it out. But the Crumbsnatcher told me that he loves Calico Valley, and I made sure he always would have a place to stay, right here in my caravan.
And he's been with you here ever since, right?
That's right, Flash.
This is going to be a great story. I think I'm going to talk to the other folks around here and find out what they like about the Crumbsnatcher.
Okay, Flash, and while you do that, I'll go and talk to Giuseppe about the plans for the Crumbsnatcher's birthday. And boys and girls, you stick with Flash, and when we come back, we'll find out more about the Crumbsnatcher's birthday. We'll be right back.
Hi, boys and girls. Good morning, Flash. What's got you over here this morning?
I'm doing a story about the Crumbsnatcher, Penelope. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about him, if I may.
A story about the Crumbsnatcher? What's it for?
Crumbsnatcher's birthday is coming up, and Calliope thought a story about him in the Calico Valley News would be a great birthday surprise for him.
Oh, that'll be wonderful. Is there anything I can do?
Just answer a couple of questions if you don't mind.
I don't mind a bit. Fire away.
What's your favorite story about the Crumbsnatcher?
My favorite story? Oh, that's an easy one. It's about the time he thought the caravan was too colorful.
Too colorful?
Yes, he even showed up wearing sunglasses. Calliope had to show him that all the colors around here are the way things are supposed to be.
How did she do that?
She called a friend of hers over from Harlequin Town. Little Rosie the Harlequin came to visit, and she told the Crumbsnatcher that in her town, everything, even the people, is in black and white.
What did the Crumbsnatcher say?
He talked to Rosie for a while and then he understood that the world looks so beautiful when we see it in color.
He's quite a guy, isn't he?
We all think so.
Well, thank you for your time, Penelope. I'm going to go see who else would like to talk to me about my story.
Okay, Flash. See you soon. Well, hello there, Flash.
Good morning, Mr. Bird.
What can I do for you this morning?
I'm doing a story on the Crumbsnatcher's birthday, and I wanted to ask you about him. What do you think of the Crumbsnatcher?
Oh, I think he's wonderful. There isn't anything the Crumbsnatcher wouldn't do for anybody. Why, I could tell you a lot of stories about him.
Would you tell me one for my story in the Calico Valley News?
I'd be happy to. Let's see, which one is the best one? Oh, I know! It was when his new friend Bonnie Duck was coming over to play with him.
What happened?
Well, Bonnie had come to visit the caravan while looking for things to do, and she and the Crumbsnatcher became friends. She was going to come over and play with him, but he had a lot of trouble getting ready. He had to clean up his room and decide what games to play and make sure that Giuseppe had enough food for lunch for them, and
How did Bonnie's visit go?
they had so much fun. Penelope helped them pick the toys and games they played with, and they spent the day all playing and having fun. I don't know if he's had so much fun since.
That's a great story, Mr. Bird. Thank you for sharing that with me.
You're welcome, Flash.
Excuse me, Mr. Bear, but could I have a moment of your time?
See ya, Flash. What can a Giuseppe do for you?
I'm doing a story on the Crumbsnatcher's birthday, and I wanted to know if you have anything I can put in the story for the Calico Valley News.
Signora Flash, I have a lot of stories I can tell you about the Crumbsnatcher. Did Calliope tell you I was the one who first brought him to the caravan?
She sure did, but I wanted to know what your favorite story about the Crumbsnatcher is.
Oh, that's easy. One day, Calliope's friend Dottie came to visit. She does a lot of trading, you know. And the Crumbsnatcher was going to throw a silk flower away instead of maybe trading it for something different.
What happened?
Not only did Dottie show Crumbsnatcher why it's more important to trade things than to throw them away, she gave him a great lesson on a value, a lesson that he still remembers to this day.
How did she do that?
She gave the Crumbsnatcher a choice of anything he wanted on her cart in exchange for his silk flower. He looked, and then he found a nice popcorn box he wanted. Later on, he traded it for a nice new hat.
So, he learned about value then.
He learned about value, and so did a lot of other folks around here. That Dottie sure did a great job of teaching all of us, and the Crumbsnatcher got a nice popcorn box out of the deal.
Now that's a great story to add to what I'm writing. Thank you, Mr. Bear.
You are welcome, Flash. If you excuse me, I have to finish breakfast now.
Good morning, Mon. I hear you're doing a story on the Crumbsnatcher for his birthday.
I am, Mr. Fish. Do you have a story about Crumbsnatcher I can add?
My favorite story about the Crumbsnatcher is the time he learned about taking turns, Mon.
What do you mean?
Well, Mon, he was on the phone one morning, and there was a line waiting to make a call, and Calliope took him, Penelope, and Sneaky to a park where they had to learn to wait their turn, Mon.
And did they learn to wait their turn?
Oh, they sure did, Mon. When they came back from the park, Crumbsnatcher said he'd learned his lesson and would always wait his turn.
And he's kept that promise, right?
He sure has, Mon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some steel drum practice to get to, Mon.
Thank you, Mr. Fish. Wow, this is going to be a great story. I'll have to let Calliope know about everything I have. And I'll do it when we all come back after these messages.
Welcome back, boys and girls, and good morning, Happy Monkey.
Good morning, Calliope. Is that Flash Brightly, star reporter over there?
Yes, he's doing a special surprise story about the Crumbsnatcher for his birthday.
Oh, I remember the day he came here. We all wondered who was taking the crumbs we left out, and it turned out to be him.
He's been a great friend ever since, too. Are these the groceries for Giuseppe?
They sure are. But I think there'll be another order when I get back to the grocery if you're going to throw a party for the Crumbsnatcher's birthday.
I've left Giuseppe in charge of getting that planned, but I'll take these groceries to him.
Thank you. And the Crumbsnatcher's birthday makes me think of a joke.
Of course it does.
Ready? Here goes. What does every happy birthday end with?
I don't know. What does every happy birthday end with?
The letter Y. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, Happy Monkey, that one was so bad.
Well, they can't all be knee slappers, you know. Anyway, I'll head back to the grocery and get Giuseppe's next order ready. Have a happy day filled with joy.
You too, Happy Monkey. Mr. McCall is here with the mail. Good morning, Mr. McCall.
Top of the morning to you, Calliope. How are things at the caravan?
Just fine. Flash Brightly, star reporter, is here to do a story about the Crumbsnatcher's birthday.
Is that right? What a nice thing to do.
The Crumbsnatcher doesn't know about the story. It's going to be a surprise.
Well, there's no surprises in the mail today, lass. I'm afraid I have nothing for you today.
That's okay, Mr. McCall. I think I'll be hearing from Papa or Mama very soon, though.
That's the spirit, lassie. I just dropped in to say hello, and now I'll be away to deliver the rest of the mail. Have a great day, lass. Ta-ta.
Bye, Mr. McCall. Looks like Flash is finished talking to people. Let's go see what he found out. Well, Flash, how did gathering your story go?
Just fine, Calliope. I had the story of how the Crumbsnatcher came to the caravan, and some of his friends told me their favorite stories about him as well.
Did you have enough to write your story in the Calico Valley News?
I sure do. And say, Calliope,
Yes, Flash?
could I ask a favor?
Of course, Flash. What is it?
When you have the Crumbsnatcher's birthday party, could you?
Of course you're invited, Flash. We'd all love to have you here.
That would be great. Well, I'm going back to the office to write this great surprise story. Thank you for your help, Calliope, and remember, be a star. Brighten the corner where you are.
When Bok Bok cackles like that, it's time for Calliope's Thought of the Day. Thank you, Bok Bok. And the thought for the day is, everyone in our lives is important.
Calliope, your breakfast is ready.
It's breakfast time, but first we must feed our friends because they depend on us.
Here you go, Lucy. Penelope, this one's for you. Here you go, Bok Bok. Here you go, Haymon. Oh, won't go away.
My fresh milk is here. Good morning, Daisy. Yes, that was Flash Brightly, star reporter. He was here to do a story about the Crumbsnatcher. Really, Daisy? Flash did a story about the dairy and the cows? Well, what did he write about? Well, I bet that was a great story. I know you and the cows work very hard at the dairy every day. Oh, so you let Flash milk whatever he wanted out of the story. Oh, Daisy, you're so silly, but you make me laugh. Thank you for my milk, and have a great day. Thank you, Giuseppe.
You were welcome, Calliope. So Flash got all that he needed from everybody?
Yes, he did, and it's going to make a great story.
Oh, I can't wait to see his a little yellow face when he sees that a story on his birthday. He's gonna be so happy.
Yes, Giuseppe, I think so too. It's going to be the best party ever. It's time to set the table, boys and girls. I like to sing the place-setting song when I do this. Won't you sing along with us? Penelope is going to help us.
Fork on the left,
Fork on the left,
spoon on the right,
spoon on the right,
plate in the middle,
plate in the middle,
cup right here.
cup right here,
Napkin in the lap.
napkin in the lap.
When you set the table right,
It makes mealtime a delight.
I'm so glad you came to visit me today, boys and girls. And next time you're passing through Calico Valley, stop in again and see me. And don't forget the lesson that we shared. Everyone in your life is important. And remember, always do your best and never, never, ever give up. And I love you. Bye-bye.